How's it going, everyone? Today I've got a rematch for you. Phoenix taking on Magneto on heroic difficulty. This is a game I've played a couple times already on the channel, but have suffered a defeat, and I want to keep playing it until I get a win to accomplish my challenge of beating every scenario in the game on heroic difficulty using a different hero. So we played Justice in the first game, Aggression in the second one. I'm back to Justice today to try out something a little different. I also just think Under Surveillance is such an important card, allowing you to sort of safely spend your turn in Alter Ego form, giving you that extra hand size, a use of Cerebro, Phoenix's best card, and being able to recover with Phoenix and getting the power counter from her recover response. So the few interesting things I'm trying today, I'm trying an X-Men instruction build, so I've only got 6 total allies, I guess 7 counting Cyclops. But X-Men Instruction allows us to reshuffle those X-Men allies back into the deck. Then if X-Mansion is played, draw a card. So this is a really powerful combination with Cerebro. Basically lets us get whatever ally we want from our discard or deck on a given turn, because we can reshuffle it in the deck with this and then draw it with Cerebro. You might have noticed by now a card that doesn't really look like a normal Marvel Champions card. This is a new card coming in Magneto's pack, White Queen. White Queen is a 3-cost ally with 3 health, 2 thwart, 1 attack, psionic and X-Men. So fantastic traits for Phoenix, works with Utopia, works with Scimitar, works with Power of the Mind. Then when she enters play, you remove, you can only play her if you're an X-Men or X-Force. And then when she enters play, you remove a status card from any character. So you can remove a Stun or Confuse from yourself, or a Tough from a minion or the enemy. Really versatile. This Magneto scenario can confuse and stun us a lot, so it should be a great inclusion here. And always fun to try new cards. You know, this is a hard matchup, so whenever new cards come out that might give us a bit more of an edge, I like to try those. Another new one that's come out since the last Justice video I did is Generation X, side scheme that just allows us to search up an identity-specific event when defeated. And now Phoenix has these incredibly powerful psionic events once we're unleashed. So while this is technically a little bit of card disadvantage, hopefully we're getting a card that's so powerful in the given moment. Either it's Psychic Blast, killing multiple minions, Telepathic Trickery, giving a stun and a confuse, that we sort of don't mind that, and we just like having extra access to these really powerful events in the deck. So that's what I'm trying today. See how it goes. So with this version of the Phoenix deck, we're almost certainly planning to go to Alter Ego every chance we get, so flipping back and forth pretty much every turn. And hence the Justice, why I think the Justice pairing is so good, right? Under Surveillance gives us that leeway to go into Alter Ego form. Even if Magneto is confused, we know that an extra scheming activation will not pass us through the main scheme. So in order to use Cerebro, of course, and then our X-Mansion with the X-Men instructions, we'll be going to Alter Ego mode quite a bit, I expect. And I'm just really curious to see how this X-Mansion, X-Men instruction plan goes, because X-Mansion just, isn't super impactful in the near to immediate term after it hits the board, but it turns on those X-Men instructions, being able to draw a card, and then healing, doesn't require, or doesn't really output that much immediate value, but can generate some longer value with someone like Cyclops or Marvel Girl staying in play for a while. So still going to look for Cerebro in this opening hand. Cerebro, Utopia. I think I will keep the X-Mansion if I get it, just because we really want to play it this first pass through the deck to turn on all of the X-Men instructions. All right, Skilled Investigator is certainly a keep. So I think actually Honorary X-Men I will keep as well. Excuse me. Superpower Training is just super powerful. Well, geez, I really did not intend to make that pun. Okay. So yeah, I do like to keep that. Doesn't really give us anyone to block with yet. Yeah, I might need to mulligan harder to find a blocker. Probably don't need to play this right away. It's like a nice to have, but not a need to have card. All right, I'll go like that. Okay, Colossus gives us a blocker. If we have 3 for Colossus, Skilled Investigator, and then we can pay 1 for Superpower Training. Looks like a pretty good turn. So let's go to Hero Form. We'll use a power counter to play Superpower Training. Skilled Investigator, and then pay 3 for Colossus. So we'll thwart Boarding Party for 3, flipping it to Sabotage Master Mold. So oftentimes I will clear Boarding Party and Sabotage Master Mold with this first turn, so we're a little bit at risk of an advance, but we're at risk of everything in this game. And then we'll end the turn. Oh, sorry. Didn't even think about using Skilled Investigator somewhere in there. Guess I might, I didn't really have an opportunity. I could have saved a power counter, but I want to unleash anyways. So, oh well. I guess I still did that last anyway. So I'll use Skilled Investigator to draw if it's something I really don't want for whatever reason. I'll keep it. I'll keep Telepathic Trickery. We're not unleashed yet, but thwarting extra might be something we determine we need to do. So I'll keep that in hand. Ooh, really clunky hand, no double resources or anything. All right, 1 on the main scheme. Magneto attacks. We're just going to take this one. So this is for 3, exhaust your identity. Saving Colossus for the Master of Magnetism card. 1 Magnet counter. 2 more encounter cards, hoping to see a minion so that we can mind control with Superpower Training. All right, Seized is going to take 6 cards from us. Okay, not a bad time to draw Electromagnetic Blast. Exhausts all our upgrades and supports, plus a magnet counter. And an minion. Under Fire, oh, might get us another minion. Under Fire number 1. Under Fire number 2. Okay. So telepathic trickery on superpower training seems very strong. I could play that plus scimitar. Or I could play both telepathic trickery. So which one of these would I mind control? Probably this Sentinel. I really don't want to get hit with a magnetic missile. Although I don't want to get hit with a teamwork activation either. I mean, Colossus can attack one of them to help finish it off. It wastes the tough status. But I think that's better at this point. If I take M-type Sentinel, yeah, that attack plus Colossus attack defeats Amelia. Or Scimitar plus Colossus defeats Amelia. And then I can use the M-type Sentinel to thwart. I think I need the trickery twice. This is going to advance, and I need to get past Sabotage Master Mold. So we'll pay power counter 2 for trickery on Sabotage Master Mold. So this goes to the victory display. And pay 2 for telepathic trickery, superpower training. Defeat that. Go get mind control. So this has some things lining up nicely, right? Asteroid M will go to 4 on step 1. Magneto will scheme, so a lot of that scheme will get wasted as we advance. We'll drop from 2 magnet counters back down to 1 magnet counter. So Colossus and the M-type Sentinel will attack Amelia for a total of 5. When defeated, we are confused. This would be a great first appearance of Snow Queen if we draw her. Or Cerebro to get her. I guess I should have looked when I searched with when I searched for mind control, I should have looked to maybe figure out what was under here. Well, I guess all my double resources are under there. That's kind of annoying. Okay, step 1 of the villain phase. Up to 4 on Asteroid M. Magneto schemes for 2, just 2, but we got rid of an advance. Well, that makes me feel, well, obviously hindsight's 2020. If we knew that, then we could have made it not advance this turn by thwarting it for 2 with the Sentinel. Okay, and 1 magnet counter. And 2 encounter cards. Okay, it's one where we can't do anything, but we can exhaust and spend a physical. Caught off guard. Okay, an easy skilled investigator, dump there. All right. So Utopia Professor X looks good. Although, no, let's think about it. So Utopia is my only physical, or I could use a wild. Oh, this is, okay, sorry. I 100% have been playing as if I had flipped, but I forgot to actually flip back last turn. But I should have made a note that said I meant to flip there. So if I flip, but once I flip back to hero form, use this as my physical. And I can play Utopia, and I guess I only have resources there for a 2-cost ally. But Beak would be a strong play. We've also got X Mansion now. So X Mansion plus Utopia would kind of set me up. I think the immediate value, and that's the problem I was worried about with Utopia, right? Is like the immediate value, or the problem with X Mansion, the immediate value that comes with other cards is so much greater. So I'm going to pay 2 for Utopia. Let's go to hero form. Spend a power counter and exhaust to discard this. And then Forge, I mean, yeah, Forge just gets us something, but we don't have the resource to play it right now. So we'll spend 2 for Beak. Enters, we remove 1 threat from a scheme for each X-Men ally, which is 2. So we'll drop this down to 1. Utopia to ready, Phoenix. We'll just remove confusion. So I can get seized, dealt with, although I'd have to block with someone. I'm not really in the best place to do that right now. I mean, I guess I don't need to clear this turn. Because if 2 of these finish this, Beak blocks this attack. Okay, I think I might get a better opportunity. The Beak thwart, this for 1. Sentinel thwart it for 2, or still thwart this for 2. I won't finish it, but it'll make it easier next turn. And then we'll just have Colossus hit the main scheme. Okay, pretty horrible hand here. No two ways about that. That's an atrocious hand. We'll get 2 on the main scheme. Magneto attacks, Beak will block. So for 5. Of course, this hand looks pretty decent if I had X-Mansion in play. Magnet counter. Oops, defeated this, but forgot to reveal it. Two encounter cards. Shadow of the Past. I'll shuffle that once we see what's coming up. And a Sentinel. Well, I mean, our first time through the deck, we hit Underfire and Shadow of the Past. Like, I generally just don't think we ever, I don't know if there's any, like, we're not supposed to win those games, given how I understand this matchup, how hard it is. Kind of have to get luckier than that. And just drew the worst possible hand here, so. Not the best look. So play out the telekinetic shield. We might as well. Just going to use this to probably store counters. Because readying is just never a strong use of this card. All right, so I'll spend 1 on Phoenix Firebird. Or do I? Yeah. So that'll flip us to Unleashed. Put 2 power counters on. I'm going to attack M-type Sentinel for 5. When defeated, gives Magneto tough, but he already has tough. All right, Colossus will just thwart this for 1. I think I'm going to flip down again. Oh, did I do a constant? No, I don't think I did. I think I need to flip down. We're going to advance this, but it's a good time to advance again when we're at 2 counters like that. And I get to play X-Men Instruction. So I'll play up to 2 here. I do have 4. Now they actually all good enough to shuffle back in, though. I think Professor X and Beak absolutely. Forge absolutely. Yeah, I think they're all just pretty decent now. We still could have 3 double resources in here, although they might be in here. So I think we'll just shuffle all 4 back in. This is another one of those, like, yes, we have more potential to lose the game now than we did if we just stayed in hero form. But I do believe we have more potential to win the game doing this than if we ended the turn in hero form. So let's end the turn. All right, double resource finally makes an appearance with 5 cards left. Okay, so 2 on in step 1, Magneto schemes for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to advance. Comes in with 2 magnet counters. Dark Phoenix schemes for 1, 2. All right, and that puts plenty on Consume the World. So yeah, I mean, Shadow of the Past, you know, obviously just stinks. So there we go. That was kind of a quick one. Let's try again. So obviously X-Men Instruction looked pretty bad there. Both not having really the time to play the mansion and then having that pretty dead hand. I think, well, I mean, we just didn't really see Cerebro that first game, but I think Cerebro solves a lot of smoothness problems. Right, you get a kind of resource heavy hand, you Cerebro for a 3 resource ally, and that can take up your turn. Besides just Cerebro being extremely powerful. And then Cerebro does makes those X-Men instructions look pretty good even if we don't get to draw a card off of X-Mansion. So let's just cross our fingers for a Cerebro this time. We did get lucky with, or well, not, I don't know how lucky it is, but the way that game turned out, you know, we were able to make good use of mind control, which is another really crucial thing for this matchup, to get 1 or 2 of those mind controls to be really good throughout the game. So we're asking for a lot in this matchup, you know, no Shadow of the Past, or good mind control, early Cerebro. But when it's this hard, we need all those things to hit. Didn't get to play a Snow Queen either, so just gotta keep reshooting until I find Snow Queen. I didn't do it on camera, I guess, but the Seized did have the Snow Queen there, so didn't even have a chance to play her. Okay, this is looking like a full mulligan. Actually, I'll keep Beak, just to make sure we do have a blocker. But these are all late game cards. You know, Generation X isn't great before we're unleashed either. Cyclops is only good when we're unleashed, and then White Hot Room is a low priority play early on because we don't have damage and we don't want to slow down Unleashing yet. So keep Beak just to guarantee we have a blocker, or someone to trigger Utopia with if we draw Utopia. All right, very shy double resources today. Very shy Cerebro as well. And it's a good thing we kept Beak, because it turned out to be our only blocking play. So I can play 2 2-cost cards and not use a power counter. Oh, I can build support, get Utopia, play Beak for a ready immediately, and then also use Phoenix Firebird as a ready. Would be an efficient turn. Pay 1 for build support. Let's clear it. There's, an argument for Cerebro, but it's just so cheap to play out when we draw it naturally. I also usually, will often get X-Bunker in this situation. But I think being able to use Utopia right away here is a strong point in its favor. Pay 2 for Beak. Ready. Beak enters, we remove 1 threat from a scheme. I'll just hit the main scheme. Have Phoenix thwart here for 3. Well, Phoenix Firebird, removing 1 power counter to ready. Thwart again. So nice to get that out of there, just in case we get hit with an advance. We won't get an extra M-type Sentinel. And then with Beak, thwarting this for 1, that does put it in the range of some allies to help it. I don't think it's quite worth getting the tough off of Magneto. And the turn. Hey, there's Cerebro. Hey, okay. Very solid hand. Not much in the terms of immediate threat answering. I guess I'm trying to have it both ways, right? I want my immediate answers and my long term all at once. Okay, 1 threat here. Same as before, we're just going to take this first attack for 3, 4, 5. And 2 more. Okay, Electric Shock, stunned, and 1 damage because there's 1 magnet counter. Wrapped in Metal, And seized again. Well, that was a good set of encounter cards for what I'm equipped to do this turn, because I could defeat this. Magneto attacks into Beak, we get a second Magnet counter, but then probably advance this next turn. Well, not necessarily even. Okay, well, I have to get rid of this no matter what. Yeah, so this works perfectly to play Forge, grab something as just a resource for Cerebro, grab something as just a resource for Under Surveillance. Kind of awkward to put Under Surveillance on the first stage. But I like that better than not getting through, not playing it at all, because you just never know if you're going to get the opportunity on a later stage. So let's pay 2 for Forge. Utopia ready. We'll just get the X Bunker. So then I will thwart this for 3. So Magneto activates, but we've got Beak for a block. Attack comes in for 3, 4, 5. And a Magnet counter. I could also, so the alternative is I could X Bunker and Cerebro, not use Cerebro. That guarantees we advance, but like I said, it's like not that bad. It's more bad that we just don't get to play Under Surveillance this first time through the deck. I'm gonna still do Under Surveillance, I think. See what my X-Men situation in the deck looks like. Okay, we still got 3, and we still got, no, 2. Oh no, only 1. Is Snow Queen the only one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and Snow Queen. Okay, well, there's still 3 X-Men Instruction in the deck, so I can almost certainly will draw one of those. Can put someone back in. That is kind of awkward. I'm just going to bank on drawing one of those X-Men Instructions, I think. "17 cards, 3 X-Men Instruction. Seems pretty likely I'll draw one. Yeah, I'm gonna play under surveillance. So okay, flip down. One for Cerebro. Activate. My queen would be very likely one to get shuffled in, assuming I do draw, to get rid of this stun status. Pay 2 for under surveillance. So Forge, I'm inclined to save because of metal shards. Thwarting for 1 isn't a huge deal right now. And of course we draw no X-Men instructions. And that is our luck. So 1 on Magneto schemes for 2, 3. Minion. And the Acolytes. Of course, our threshold being 9, so we don't advance Asteroid M there. All right, so yeah, crazy bad that we didn't draw an X-Men instruction. We don't trigger Utopia either. So let's flip. I need to fort to clear this. Or rather, it would be nice to recover there, but I need to unleash this turn. Don't technically need to thwart this, and in fact, I will probably just use the trickery to do that. And then between Forge and Psychic Blast, we can take out Amelia. So I'll just attack to remove stun. I guess that pays for that pays for that. Because I don't have a way to like keep, seeing if I have a way to just like keep strength in hand, but I don't think I do. Well, I could keep strength in hand, but not play Phoenix Suit. Phoenix Suit is so bad, but obviously I'll play it if the window presents itself. Oh, and I don't have, oh, but I don't have Orbital Decay defeated yet. So, okay, instead of removing my stun here, let's think a little more. Well, Psychic Blast is not an attack, so I have no problem being stunned. It's just that I don't, wait. No, that's fine, because I wasn't going to attack her anyways. Okay, so I'll just thwart to finish orbital decay. I'm just going to overpay here for Psychic Blast. So in doing so, we become unleashed. 4 damage to the villain, 4 to each minion, and then Forge will finish off Amelia. Oh, sorry, not yet. I'm going to get confused when I do that. So we'll pay 2 for Telepathic Trickery, thwarting 4 here. Stun and confuse. Now Forge will hit this. We get confused. And I think it was important enough to unleash there, but if we were restrained, we could have gotten the steady trait. It would have been kind of nice. All right, I think it is more valuable to hold on to this strength than it is to be efficient and play Phoenix Suit. I'm just going to discard that end of turn. Of course, now we're going to draw all 3. Okay. 1, stun, 2 cards. Confused. And Fabian. Okay. Well, Fabian's not a great one to see. Really wish we had. This would be a good turn to have Honorary X-Men out. Let's just get my allies ready. Well, I mean, yeah, this is as much a window as any to play X-Mansion. I think I want to recover with my activation. Don't think I can really kill Fabian any sort of way. Yeah, I'll have exactly enough to play Snow Queen here. So we'll flip. X-Men Instruction. So let's put, oh, Snow Queen, White Queen, what am I saying? White Queen and I guess Professor X for just being a fantastic card to play next turn. So we'll shuffle these back and then draw. Kind of a bummer to draw him actually, because I can't shuffle him back in with this instruction. We do have the third instruction still in the deck though. And with 7 cards, yeah, I guess I should do it again just to increase the odds of a hit with Cerebro next turn. So I think Cyclops is good. Now that we're unleashed, Cyclops stays good. And I think maybe just Beak as a cheap blocker to come in. Well, blocker and some thwart value. Beak's just good. One of the better allies in general here. Okay, so drawing the White Queen, so now can't exactly get her with Cerebro, but I'll still get one of those others I just put in. I think of those, I think Beak. I think the resources that come out of Cyclops are really strong. So then we'll pay 3 for White Queen. I'm not just being too excited about White Queen, am I? Professor X is 3 threat, confuse. We almost certainly don't advance this turn. The White Queen, but we kind of waste the block. White Queen still gets a lot of it. I'm going to play White Queen. We put her in the deck for a reason. So I'm going to take off I'll take off I've already seen both trickeries this time through the deck. Oh, is that a lie? Oh, I've only seen one trickery. Okay. Well, then I absolutely take off confuse, so I can play trickery next turn. I will thwart the main scheme for 2. Does that do anything? This goes up to 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it might. Recover with Jean. So X-Mansion, usually better on an ally. How likely am I to need that block imminently? Because healing Jean is also kind of nice. Yeah, I might need that block. Or, well, if I do Forge, I can do an extra thwart for 1. Actually, no, that's 100% it. I do this on Forge, so that Forge can thwart for 1 more. This makes it reasonably less likely that we advance from Magneto's activation. We'll still probably advance with Fabian's activation, but that's definitely better than having Fabian add that threat to the next scheme. It's okay. Okay, got the honorary X-Men, so be able to get whatever ally we want. Did I not draw the trickery? Guess I didn't. So 1 on the main scheme. Magneto schemes for 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, so exactly as hoped. Now this goes up to 8 instead of 9 would have advanced it. Fabian schemes, he's villainous, so he gets a boost card for 1, 2, 3. And there we go, Shadow the Past gone. This could be looking up. At least there's still a long way to go, of course, but these are the types of things that we need to have happen. All right, and then 2 encounter cards. 1 damage to each character you control. So sadly, does take out Forge. 1 magnet counter on the main scheme. And the magnetic bubble. So what is the best way to get Fabian off the table? Well, I can... No, that would be pretty bad. Thinking I can blow up White Queen, put her back in the deck, draw her, put that to remove the stun, but I don't think that's as good as Professor X. Professor X not that good though, because he doesn't have anything to thwart. Okay, definitely X-Mansion on White Queen here to get an extra use. Is who I would get even better than Cyclops here. I mean, Professor X would still be better. Maybe not. Okay, well, think about it later. Forge is interesting. Draw up to 6. Cerebra up to 7. Down to 4 to play Forge up to 5. Play X Bunker for 2. Down to 2 cards. Up to 3 with the bunker. I can play one more 2-cost card. No, I didn't use this yet. I can still play a 3-cost ally. Or I could play a 2-cost ally plus the honorary X-Men, which I do really like. Even like Beak as a 2-cost ally. Well, I would need to draw Beak though. Yeah, I don't need to play honorary X-Men. All right, I'm going to shuffle these two back. I'm going to shuffle, so just check to make sure. Yep, it was my trickery. Trickery, I mean, would be nice to stun and confuse always, but nothing big to thwart yet, so might be better next turn anyways. All right, Cerebro to draw Forge. I guess I'm going to draw Trickery with the X Bunker if I stick to the line I was describing. Which I think I do. White Hot Room is also, no, sorry. Forge can't get White Hot Room. Pay 2 for Forge. X Bunker to hand. Pay 2 for X Bunker. Use it. We draw the Trickery. So run through the deck. Actually, it does kind of stink not to have Trickery being reshuffled in here. I'm not sure there's a way I could have enabled that. So now, is it Professor X or Cyclops? So we go to hero form, attack to remove the stun. Confusion's really nice. Thwart doesn't really hit anything. And then we have someone who can block immediately. Cyclops is 2 extra resources. Assuming Cyclops doesn't have to block or something. Can still kill Fabian between Forge and Phoenix, no matter who I play. If I play Cyclops, I could attack with 3 allies. If the guy that comes out here is Senyaka, that would be really nice. Phoenix could kill Senyaka right away. I think I need to go with Professor X. I'm down 1 trickery in the deck, so not that many opportunities to confuse. I want to do it while I can. Ready with Utopia. Attack Fabian for 4. So when defeated, we'll discard until we hit an Acolyte. Hopefully we don't discard too many cards because we already discarded Overshadow of the Past. Well, Delgado's a good one to mind control if we draw one of those cards next turn. Professor X will thwart, no reason not to. And then White Queen doesn't really have anything to do. I don't want to attack into this Retaliate. Ooh, Generation X could help us get trickery back. Okay, could be a rough turn here though. With extra encounter card from going through the deck, we're going to get an extra magnet card here. So this could be rough though. So Magneto attacks, Professor blocks. Take 6. Magnet counter up to 3. Discard. Okay, exhaust each upgrade and support. Unfortunate. 1 magnet counter back. We're bound to hit those at some point. All right, Delgado attacks for 2. Take that one. 2 encounter cards. Okay, another attack from Magneto. Forge blocks for 3, 4, 5. Caught off guard. Well, it's going to be one of these 2. So Rebro because it's cheapest. X Bunker because it's less important. I think we'll do X Bunker. M-type Sentinel. Okay, so we've got the mind control in hand. The mind control Delgado can attack to kill the Sentinel. Oh, actually, okay. This actually looks pretty good. Pay 4 for mind control. We have 1 left over, so I can do either Generation X or Honorary X-Men. I think Generation X is going to be a little better. Let's play you out. And White Queen gets +1 thwart while thwarting this, so she can thwart it in 1 use. So I could even do that right now, but it's not that strong right now. So then we'll pay 4 for Mind Control on Delgado. Would like to recover, but yeah, I just gotta kill this Sentinel. Attack for 5. Give Magneto a tough one defeated. Flip down. Hopefully the confusion holds us here. But we're set up to have a good next turn, if we can make it. Do I ever have White Queen just thwart this now? No, we want the extra card from hand size. All right, 1 on the main, confused. 2 cards. All right, discard again until we hit an Acolyte. So we'll be refreshing the deck here soon. We might be out. Oh ho, okay, lucky there with only going 1 card deep. And there's that Magnetic Missile. Good thing we took out that Sentinel. Surges into Under Fire, unfortunately. So Under Fire number 1 is an Assault, which surges into a Gang Up, which surges into Electric Shock. Confused, place 1 threat on the main scheme for each magnet counter on it, which is 2. And then second card, or now we do Under Fire's 1 revealed ability, revealing another card. Magneto cannot be confused. All right, I just did a cut of the video, give myself a break. I'd been playing for a while at that point, so I'm about to shuffle my deck anyways, so I won't shuffle it now. Usually I do that just to avert any claims of rigging the deck or anything. Also had a second to think about this turn. So the big question is sort of whether or not I try to deal with the helmet this turn. And the answer is basically no. I've got 3 great double resource cards here, so it didn't really make sense for any path to spend an attack and then spend 3, 1 of each resource. If it was multiple of the same resource, it could be really nice, or could be a good opportunity to clear it, but alas, that's not the case. So I really want to play Under Surveillance. I really want to play 1 Psychic Blast to help deal with Senyaka. We'll start getting into the bubble as well. And then we've got 3 resources left, plus 1 potentially from recovering. Because I want to play an ally right every turn to use Utopia. So I could get a 3-cost ally. And 3-cost ally and save my power counter. Or I could get like a 2-cost ally, maybe save energy in hand, something like that. But I think what I want to do is get a 3-cost ally. So let's Cerebro for, I think, Colossus. Still have Marvel Girl and Beak in the deck. So then I'll recover. Getting kind of low and always very happy to get power counter. Oh, let's use X Mansion before I flip. So either going to be on White Queen or on my hero. White Queen's just going to thwart it. Yeah, we'll just do it on my White Queen. So flip to hero form. Pay 3 for Colossus. Cost is reduced by 1 since we're an X-Men. Not going to use him this turn, but just save that tough status to eat up an attack for Magneto. I think I do want to attack this tough off of Magneto. So we take the retaliate and the consequential, but it lets extra of this psychic blast damage get through. So we'll pay 2 using Power of the Mind for Psychic Blast. So we'll deal 4 to Senyaka. When he's defeated, we get stunned. And then 4 to Magneto, which goes on the bubble. 2 for Under Surveillance. Putting our threshold up to a nice 10. Oh, I completely forgot to use Utopia when I played Colossus, but let's remember that now. White Queen thwarts for 2. Colossus, like I said, we won't do anything yet. I think I'm going to attack to remove the stun. Right, if we get an opportunity to clear the helmet next turn, I'll want to attack next turn. And end the turn. Okay, really nice that we drew an ally there to still use Utopia in hero form. Okay, 1 threat here. Magneto attacks. Colossus blocks. Attack for 3. Give Magneto a tough status and a face down boost card. I think I did this wrong in previous videos, but read the ruling that this face down boost card you do right away. So, okay, just 2 more boost icons. Hits the tough. Yeah. Give ourselves a magnet counter and then remove 3. Looking at the hand, we actually have 5 energy resources. So might not be a turn to remove Magneto's helmet. Oh, let's get our acceleration. So now all the bad stuff back in there, Shadow of the Past, Under Fire. If we can dodge Shadow of the Past a second time, that would be amazing. Although it gets less and less likely as we take away more of Magneto's activations. So hard to just skip over it as a boost card if he's never activating. But it'll still activate some. Okay, so we removed 3 magnet counters from here. Now we go until we hit magnetic card. seized. Grab 6 cards from us. And then our normal 2. Master of Magnetism. No magnetic card to give as a boost. But still can't really afford to take it in case we get hit with a 3 icon card. So, I mean, White Queen... I value White Queen's thwart a lot here, now that we're unleashed. White Queen's an X-Men as well, which is nice for Beak. Beak could come in, clear seized, block the attack right away. I'll block with Delgado. So it comes in for 3, 4, 5. Delgado is treated as blank, so we don't do the when defeated. And Electric Shock. Well, that's unlucky that we chose to remove the stun, because otherwise that part would have done nothing. Take 1 damage for each magnet counter on the main scheme, 1 damage. Well, we probably, like I said with the hand, we probably weren't going to be able to get rid of that anyways. So if I pay 2 for Beak, 2 for Beak, 2 for Scimitars, 1 possible turn. Probably want to save, I'm thinking to save Generation X until we get a chance to play Telepathic Trickery, or if we really need like Telekinetic Blast when we draw Dark Phoenix, or if we really need Psychic Blast when we have multiple minions. Yeah, certainly not worth it, I think, to just clear it to get the right resource to discard this. So I'm still liking Scimitar, Beak. So I'm going to thwart. Because Scimitar is an attack, so Scimitar is a kind of nice way to remove stun statuses. Pay 2 for Scimitar. Not this turn, of course, but just in the future. Power counter, 2 for Beak. So let's clear off Seized. When defeated, Magneto activates. Beak will just block that right away. Coming in for 3, 4, 5. Oh, and Utopia to ready Phoenix. Always forget. probably, well, I guess I don't know if I'm going to flip or not. So white queen thwarts for 2. That happens for sure. So now if I flip, I heal, I get an extra resource, get an extra card in hand. Get Cerebro next turn. So this is going to go up to 3, up to 6 plus a boost, which shouldn't advance except for that one side scheme. Obviously, we've got both advances now back in there. 2 Master of Magnetism still, so I think I just need to stay probably in hero form. Got white queen as a blocker. Could try to risk it. Again, we're at 2 magnet counters, so this would be the time to advance. Two copies of X-Men Instruction still in the deck. Might be out of allies otherwise. Yep. Oh, we're doing so well, I feel bad taking a risk, but if it's the right decision, it's still the right decision. Because here we're going to get attacked, white queen blocks, Master of Magnetism. We still have Colossus to block, but that's kind of inefficient. We'd rather use Colossus one more time. We'll get another magnet card right away. I'm going to flip. Yep. Recover for 3. Power counter. Mansion. White queen. Ooh, okay, didn't even really count that, but that's kind of perfect that we didn't get an extra card yet immediately. So 2 on the main scheme. Magneto schemes for 3 plus, if this is an attack that defeats an ally, place 1 magnet counter on the main scheme. Okay, lucky boost draw there. Still 4 away from advancing. M-type Sentinel, totally fine. And Burning Hunger. Okay, so this will finally get us Dark Phoenix. Since we're unleashed, we get Dark Phoenix and reveal her, then remove this from the game. And when we reveal Dark Phoenix, we reveal Consume the World. So, honestly, I'll take that over a main scheme advance, I think. Might be even a little better. Got a telekinetic attack in hand. Could use Generation X to get a Psychic Blast if I really wanted. So is, oh, wait, hold on. Okay, I'm actually not supposed to shuffle these in yet. It's not exactly Shadow of the Past. All right, Burning Hunger just reveals Dark Phoenix, which in turn reveals Consume the World. So got the X-Men instruction plus Cerebro to get any ally we want. Beak is always good. Professor X usually good, but Magneto's still got the helmet. Cyclops' resources. Forge just kind of don't want to be spending resources to set up here. Marvel Girl is very good with these two scheme minions. So if I get like Beak, Beak hits this for 3, get Psychic Blast, Beak attacks off the Tough. I mean, Psychic Blast isn't that amazing. So I just exhaust to remove the Tough. Beak ready. Beak hits the Tough. 3 here plus Telekinetic Blast kills Dark Phoenix. Colossus plus Scimitar kills the Sentinel. Yeah, I don't need to do that this turn. Okay, let's X-Men instruction. I think Beak there is still pretty good. And do I have the resources to do all that? So Cerebro will draw us up to 6. And we've got the power counter. So I can play... I'd have to skip Skilled Investigator, but I can play a 3-cost and a 2-cost. Totally fine. No, this is still in my hand. So I'll have 7, 8. So I could play a Skilled Investigator still. Okay, X-Men instruction. We'll get Beak. And I guess Cyclops is just good. Ooh. So that will be usable as a double this turn, so that gives me an extra resource to play with. Could let me just save the power counter, possibly. Cerebro for Beak. I like just keep mentioning White Queen. Get these extra activations. Flip. Attack to remove the stun. Oh, you know what? Before I flip, is there a point to playing X-Men Instruction just to get allies back in there for next turn? No. I've still got Cyclops to draw, so like I'll have one to play in hand no matter what. Yeah. Flip, attack to remove stun. Pay 2 for Beak. 3 X-Men allies will remove 3 threat from a scheme. Yeah, it's got to be the main scheme. Beak attacks, hitting the tough. Play Skilled Investigator. Pay 3, including Power of the Mind, for Telekinetic Attack, dealing 9 to Dark Phoenix. Then Colossus. Oh, literally every single time I forget Utopia from Beak. So Telekinetic Attack here for 9, Colossus for 3. Okay, sorry. Telekinetic Attack for 9. Scimitar for 2 on M-type Sentinel. Colossus for 3 to finish off Dark Phoenix. Phoenix for 3 to finish off M-type Sentinel. When defeated, give Magneto a tough. Already has one. So, I mean, over the course of the next few turns, it would be nice to get this back down to 0, but I think the main scheme is still a priority. Whenever we have the option. All right, so that went pretty well for removing Dark Phoenix. Tough turn coming here, though, with going through the deck and getting a third magnet counter. So we're never really safe. Okay, so we draw this, get a card. I think if we draw Shadow of the Past now, it just surges, right? Because it needs our Nemesis minion to be set aside. Gotta remember that Master Plan can add threat to consume the world, but that's the only card that can right now since Fiery Rage isn't in the deck, so I'm not imminently worried about that. So 2 on the main scheme. Magneto attacks. We'll have Beak block. So 3, 4 from the Amplify. You know what, well, obviously we've seen the boost card, but got the health where I could take an attack if needed. Okay, so finish the attack, up to 3 magnet counters, discard. Okay, there's one right away. Another Amplify. Okay, and then our 2 encounter cards for a total of 3. Magnetic Missile Surges, magnetically sealed is going to get 6 because there are 2 allies in play. Senyaka, not too bad, and M-type Sentinel. All right, lots to deal with. Nothing individually too bad. Yeah, this is a good Psychic Blast turn. Certainly don't like quantity of side schemes. Still can't really go to Alter Ego. Well, okay. Yeah, this turn I don't think I can go because I'm probably not going to deal with both of these amplify icons. It's also not I have the option to remove the helmet this turn. I can clear these, attack, and then I've got 3. It's probably bad though. So right, Psychic Blast kills both of these. Scimitar. Oh, I guess Scimitar would just remove a stun, so this guy's still got 1 health. I could do something really crazy, and I could go back to Restrained. No, I don't nearly have enough. Between Firebird and Cyclops, I could get this back up to 4. But that doesn't let me use Psychic Blast. No, that's okay. That seems pretty bad. So if I want to do, well, I'm 1 resource shy of Psychic Blast. Cyclops, unless I go to Alter Ego to draw, but then I don't get to use Utopia from Cyclops, unless I just use White Queen twice, which could be an option. If Skilled Investigator represents a card if I can get it somehow. Okay, I think we're just staying in hero form. So between Cyclops and White Queen, I could defeat this, which gives me a card from Skilled Investigator. That gives me resources to play Psychic Blast. I'd rather thwart this. But maybe not more than I'd rather just play Psychic Blast. Although if I use Utopia, well, I could just thwart with Phoenix to twice. Okay, and then, well, this is going to have 1 health left. I guess I need to attack that once with Phoenix. Okay, sorry for the long think, but obviously this is a complicated turn. I don't like that I'm kind of wasting Phoenix's best use in hero form, which is attacking, in order to play Psychic Blast. But especially because this stuns me, I don't have great... it doesn't actually look as good as you'd think, just attacking Utopia, attack again. Playing a Psionic card lets me trigger Scimitar. Yeah, Generation X, I still don't think this is a great turn to get that. So, okay. Alright, we need to attack the M-type Sentinel for 3. Pay 3 for Cyclops. 2 power counters. Cyclops and White Queen. Thwart this for 4. So we discard the top 4 cards of the deck when defeated. Oh. That is so unlucky. So we hit 3 magnetic cards. Yeah, that's actually just insane. So, okay, we're going to get a surprise encounter card here. So add 3 magnet counters, remove 3 magnet counters. If we hit a Sentinel thing, I'm just going to be so mad. Okay, well, yeah, that stinks. All right, so these die. Got rid of Underfire, I guess. Oh, forgot. Utopia once again. Skilled Investigator to draw. So then pay Power Counter, and one more for Psychic Blast. So we kill both of these, gets the tough back. We become stunned, then I'm going to remove the stun with the Scimitar. Thwart this for 1. So, right, I mean, Alter Ego form will go up to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus a boost will certainly advance us. Here we've only got 1 block, but we're at pretty full health. So we'll just stay in hero form. Okay, 2 on the main scheme. Attack coming in, so I'm inclined to take this one. So for 3, 4, 5 from Amplify. Magnet counter. 2 cards. Yeah, because I don't want to lose the power counters if I don't have to. Okay, well, we're gonna need a Magneto block, or a Cyclops block anyways. So this is the topmost. So absolutely blocking with Cyclops. These are 2 counters. Go up to a 3rd magnet counter. Okay, so that's going to surge. M-type Sentinel. Gang up another attack. So have to defend. And then and then we're going to lose to the M-type Sentinel. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we die to that attack anyways. Ah, shoot. Well, had a really good look, but then, as Magneto does, suddenly we get, 4 encounter cards and can't deal with them all, so yeah, I mean, hitting that metal shards was brutal, because I mean, we blocked this attack, we blocked the first attack, but that's just how Magneto goes, right? You can never, all the encounter cards just attack you in such different ways. There's probably a turn in there where if we hit electromagnetic blast and we have to tap all these, that then we can't do anything. There, so many different things can go wrong. It's just got to cross your fingers, hope you get everything in the right order, but luck ran out eventually. I like the way the deck looked. I like the the X-Mansion X-Men instruction thing might be, I mean, it looked fine. Opportunity cost is always a big thing. There can always be, should we just play 10 allies instead of 7 allies and the 3 X-Men instruction? You can definitely argue that. But this was fun for this attempt. And I mean, Generation X would have been great here if we hadn't had Magneto's helmet. But like I said, if we didn't have Magneto's helmet, then we would have had maybe Shadow of the Past earlier, or we would have had, any number of things can make any possible route look better. All right, so there we go. I mean, I'm gonna probably keep trying with Phoenix because I just think Phoenix is really strong. Might even try again with this exact deck, but this this match played out really well, so I'm definitely posting this one. And probably keep the same thing. Maybe once a wave, try again. Might throw a new hero in there eventually, whatever I'm feeling. But all right, well, thanks for watching. When my next videos, well, I guess my next video to come out will be when I get the Magneto pack in my hands. We're gonna try that against Dark Beast. But after that, start a new wave against a new campaign expansion. So thanks for watching, and hope to see you there.